Hi everyone, Irit here. Welcome to another video. I just dropped a ball of yarn, but that's how it goes. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Irit. Did I say that already? It's been a long time since I made a video, and yeah, it's not so easy, I guess. On this channel, I share my crochet adventures, finished objects, works in progress, and all kinds of other fun stuff. So I would love to have you here. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining me, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course I would love for you to subscribe. I will start with talking about my crochet along, then I will move on to a certain finished object, then I will move on to works in progress and some new yarn that I got. Because what kind of a crocheter would I be if I didn't get new yarn all the time? A much richer one, for sure. Okay, so update on the cowl. I will be doing a sweater crochet along, if you don't know that. And we will start very, very soon. The first video, which I hope to upload this week, will be just to create a nice large swatch like this, something like this. To show you the ribbing and then to show you how to figure out which size hook you should use for the body of the sweater and this stitch that we will be using that I really, really like. And yeah, I like to find that, you know, Goldilocks spot of having still a closed fabric, which is what I personally prefer, but having as much drape as possible. I will be using acrylic yarn because I wanted something that was cute and affordable and colorful. I'll be using Cookie from Hobie, which I've mentioned in the past, so this is actually the sample that I made from it. And even though it's 100% acrylic, it does have a pretty nice drape because it's not too thick, it's not too chunky. And so I'll show you how to work this sample, and I do recommend doing that. Okay, don't you just love it when you're recording a video talking about yarn and then the postman comes with more yarn? So that's just what happened. So I think I'll do a separate haul video. The cowl we will start very, very soon. I talked about in previous videos about the yarns that you can use that are kind of similar to what I'll be using, but basically you can use any yarn. I would say 3 or 4 weight yarn, or if you want like very chunky, you can use also that. I will show you, this is a kind of try it as you go pattern, and so there's no gauge that you need to match. And I really like that idea because I want you to be able to use what you have on hand, especially if you have, like me, a lot of yarn on hand. But of course you can buy exciting new yarn also. Okay, yes, and for my wonderful, wonderful testers that have been working on their sweaters already, if you're watching this video, the last final details of the sweater will be coming this week, I promise. It's just, yeah, we just had a 2-week vacation and I had a full house and absolutely no chance to get a quiet moment and record videos. So that is coming. It's been wonderful to receive positive feedback. Of course, there are always things to correct and improve, but yeah, and just seeing people like use my pattern. This is my first pattern, if you don't know. Use it and have successful results. I love it. It makes me feel so, so happy. And yeah, you will all be able to follow along like on my channel. Okay, let's talk about what I'm wearing. So this is my most recent finished object. I love, love, love how it turned out, and it was a joy to make. I made it kind of cropped, and also actually now I realize that I also made the sleeves a little bit short, which I'm not hating. I mean, I guess I prefer the look of like slightly longer sleeves, but in my daily life, you know, I do a lot of like housework in the kitchen, and crocheting and painting and working on the computer, and actually all these things work really well with sleeves that are not, you know, like this. And so yeah, but you could absolutely make them longer. So let's talk about this pattern for a second. This is another pattern. My most recent finished object is also from the same designer, from Maya Luna Corazon. I really enjoy her designs, and I'm already thinking which one I want to do next, but I also want to try and finish another, you know, work in progress before that. I'll show you my hook adjacent projects at the end of the video. So this is the Heartbeat sweater from Maya Luna. I hope the camera is focusing. And yeah, I've talked about her patterns in the past. I just feel that they are so easy to adjust to your, not only your measurements, but even if you want to use like a different yarn than what she's using, you can very easily do that and kind of figure out things as you go. That at least has been my personal experience. And I think this is a top-down yoke sweater. And I find these to be quite challenging, and I find many times this is not necessarily a designer problem. This is just the fact that we all have different bodies, and with a yoke, it's just like, okay, you can have like a size medium, but you know, maybe my medium is like, my shoulders are narrower than most mediums, and my chest might be smaller, but my hands might be like thicker. So I really don't understand how you can have, you know, one size fits all. And I mean like just a medium that fits all the people that are medium sized. It's just not possible. And it's not a designer fault. It's just everybody is different. And I have tried, I have made, I think one other yoke in the past, and it was okay. But I'm always worried. I see a lot of people like also doing these, and you know, you get like the rippling where you kind of increased too fast, or it's just like things didn't work, or you get like very, very tight under the arms, which I really don't like. And yeah, so all these things I think you can adjust if you understand the construction of a yoke, but it's not so simple. And especially if you have something that has like any kind of like, you know, special stitches in it, it gets a bit more complicated. So I really felt with this sweater that I could kind of adjust it. And I did start with her, I think, medium recommendations, with her stitch count for medium. But then once it came the time to split the yoke to the body and the sleeves, I kind of changed it so that it would fit my body. And I encourage you to do the same and not feel weird if your stitch count is totally different than what the designer says. So for me, for example, in her design, there were a lot more stitches for the sleeves and less for the body. And I just had to change it. And still my sleeves are pretty loose. And yeah, the body I would say is like nicely fitted, but I don't mind the loose sleeves. I really like the way that it turned out, and I'm also really, really happy that I wasn't tempted. I started with this gorgeous, gorgeous yarn that I showed in a previous haul. This is all the way till here. Sorry, I'll lift it. It's just if I get up, it gets a bit, it messes everything. So till here, this is all from King Cole, I want to say, and it's called Curiosity. It's 100% acrylic yarn, but to me it has that feel of like a wool blend, and it also has that look which I really, really like. Maybe I'll try to do a close-up, take it off and just do a close-up so you can see. It has that more rich look where I feel just the colors look a little bit richer than something like this, where it's very clearly like just, you know, blocks of color. So I just had the one skein of this colorway, and then I have another skein that is another cake that is a different colorway, and the two of them didn't work well together. And I actually wasn't sure I even wanted to order another one of this. Yeah, because I wasn't sure how it would work on the sleeves and the body, and I was worried it would be just like too much color. And so I used what I had on hand, which was mandala yarn from Lion Brand. So I just used two different cakes from their mandala yarn, and it's a bit thicker than the Curiosity. I do prefer just the weight of the King Cole Curiosity yarn, but I'm really happy that I didn't order more yarn, that I just used what I had. And I tried to kind of match the spirit of the colorway with these kind of earthier or like warmer, slightly muted but still very rich colors. My battery died, of course, and I had to recharge it. Okay, so all in all, I am really happy with how this turned out. It's a very kind of cozy sweater, I feel, and it was actually really enjoyable to make, not very challenging. She has also video tutorials alongside the pattern. I didn't actually even feel the need to watch all of them, but definitely just seeing the stitches, even though they're actually pretty well explained in the written pattern, just to see her do them, like the more like these kind of bubble stitches, which I just love the way that it looks, and just the whole way that it really sits nicely like on the shoulder and then just goes. I'm really happy with the result. I could probably do a few improvements. If I would do it again, I might have done it a little bit longer, just a little bit longer in the sleeves, which I can still actually very easily do. There are no more increases or decreases. I could just frog the ribbing and then add a few rows. Don't think that'll happen because I'm quite happy with how it is now, but yeah. Really enjoyed it. Okay, work in progress. I have two that I made a little bit of progress on since I last showed you. So, and I'm like, I really like them, but I don't know, I don't feel like super inspired to get into them. But this one I would really like to finish, just finish it before starting another thing. So this is my granny square cardigan. So what I did since the last time I showed, I think, I'm not sure, is I added the ribbing here. I'm not sure if I showed that, and at the bottom, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. And I started the sleeve, and I used the same hook size for the sleeve that I used for the granny squares, but because I'm using a different stitch, I'm actually using the same stitch I will be using for the cal, for the crochet along. It really doesn't, it works really well with a slightly larger size hook, just because of the construction of the fabric. And so I frogged the little that I made and then switched to a larger hook size. So this I did with a 5.5, and then the sleeves I'm doing with a 6.5. And I think I'm not going to do any shaping on the sleeve. I think I'm just going to get to the length that I want and then do probably like a really fast decrease and get it to a much smaller size, and then add a similar ribbing to what I have here in the middle and call it done. I don't know, I like the idea of this more than the actual product, but I think a lot of these kind of like more colorful crochet garments, I think a lot has to do with the styling of, you know, like how you wear it. So I think if I got a good combo, like right now when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking I could pair it with like a simple tank top or like a tight t-shirt or long-armed sleeve shirt in a fun color, or even gray, and jeans, and I think that would be like super cute. So I don't know, but yeah, I have this much work on one sleeve, and so probably halfway done, a bit less than halfway, and then the other side, and then it'll be done. I did sew all of my loose ends, so that's something. But yeah, I'm not as excited about it now as I was before, but I'm really trying to finish it before I'm starting a new project. And then the other cardigan that I'm having similar issues with is this one, which you might remember. And I tried a couple of things with the sleeves, and then I decided, okay, I'm just gonna leave the sleeves for now and just do the ribbing. And so I added the ribbing here. The pattern starts with the bottom ribbing, so you don't need to add ribbing on the bottom, just to the middle. And I am happy with the choice of color, and I think I may do that for the sleeves as well. But yeah, I'm still kind of torn. What I also did is I was lazy and I crocheted the ribbing instead of like picking up, like, I don't know how many stitches you have to pick up from this whole cardigan, and then knit the ribbing. So I cheated, and I'm very happy about it. And this is how it's looking, so you can't see a lot, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the sleeves, but I'll probably crochet them and not knit them, or I'll give in and just do what the pattern calls for, but I doubt it. My dilemma is if I should pick up stitches and then do decreases, or make my life a little bit easier with the whole shape of the sleeve and, you know, start from the cuff and just increase until I reach this width and then seam them together. That might be just faster and easier. I don't know. I am really happy about these colors, but yeah, it's a little bit oversized, so I'm not really feeling it at the moment. Okay, so my two needle adjacent patterns are the Fiona top, again from Maya Luna Corazon. And I have a yarn in mind. So I'm thinking, I really love the shape of this top. I don't know if you can actually see it well enough. It's basically like it has these beautiful kind of ruffles. And I would actually like to make a sweater version of this. So I would like just to add sleeves after I do the top. I don't know if she has that variation. Sometimes she offers variations in her patterns, but I'm not sure she has a sleeve variation. I really love ruffles, and I would like to crochet something with ruffles, or yeah, something. I'll show you the next pattern. It's also a pretty exciting construction that I want to see how it turns out. So I'll show you in the haul the yarn I want to use for this top, but yeah, this will probably be my next project alongside my cowl. And then the other pattern that I want to make, that I also have the yarn for, is this beautiful sweater. It's called the Lumos Puff Sleeve Sweater by Coffee and Crocheting. This is how it looks. So you can see it has this interesting construction which creates these kind of puffy sleeves, which I also really love. And I'm really curious to see how this looks on the body. I'm not sure, because to me it looks like a lot of like the extra fabric is actually here and not here. And so yeah, I'm not convinced, but it does seem like kind of a simple construction and a simple pattern. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. And for this, I have decided to go with Fluffy Day yarn, and I'm going to go for this beautiful color. This is color 12. They had a really good sale on Fluffy Day from Hobie. So this is it. And it's a really nice kind of mohair-like synthetic, vegan-friendly option. And I have made one of my sweaters, the pattern that I'm going to show you in the crochet along. I used Fluffy Day in different colors, and I really liked working with it, and I really like the result, because with crochet you usually get kind of heavier fabrics, and with this one I feel like, you know, it works really well for crochet because it's not so heavy. It's very fluffy, like the name suggests. So if you're not familiar, this is 100% acrylic. This is 100 grams skein, and you get, or 3.5 ounces. You get 285 meters or 311 yards. They say this is a 4-weight. I guess so, because of the halo and kind of the hook size that you can use with it, then yes, but obviously you get like more meters than you would get in a regular acrylic 4-weight. Usually you get like 280 meters in a DK weight. So I feel like you get a lot of yarn, and you get that nice kind of fluffy texture that is sometimes hard to find in fibers that are not from animals. So I think this color is beautiful. I am not sure how I will handle using one color for a garment. That's why I really love like these colorful cakes, or, you know, any kind of like color changing. So yes, I got a few skeins, and that's what I hope to do. And I think that is it for my update. Stay tuned for the swatch that I'll be showing you how to do, just to get yourself familiarized with the stitches we will be using in the cal. Again, if you want to make a sweater along with me, I would love to have you here, and it's for all sizes. As I said, you can use any yarn you want. I would recommend like a 3 or 4 weight, but yeah, once you figure out, like once you see how it's done, I think you will really love it. And the best thing about the whole concept of this sweater and pattern is that you can make it to fit your body, and you can see how it comes together, so you can adjust things very, very easily without any surprises at the end, which is super annoying. So I'll see you in a haul video, which will be coming very soon after this video. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your crochet adventures. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.